Welcome to this Impact Review, ladies and gentlemen. This was a good show. I did enjoy it. There were several things that were different. Since I hadn't been watching Impact for over a month, my last Impact Review was my first one since January 5th. So I don't know all the things that have been going on in the last month and a half year too. So honestly, I can say that it looks like not a hugely different product, but compared to Destination America, it is a bit different. But there were some things in this show that pissed my ass off beyond freaking reason. And I gotta open with the show with the backstage between Matt Hardy and Rockstar Spud. I didn't have a problem with Rockstar Spud talking with Hardy. The problem I had personally was Remy. And that's Matt's wife. In real life, that's his actual wife, and that's his son. That's his son right there, Maxwell. The problem I had was with Remy. Holding her son where his neck's jacked back like this. Look, I know in many cultures, like the African culture, they will strap their kids up in a towel-like type of piece, and the women will carry their kids on their back and their necks are jacked back like that. I understand that. It's just that with Remy, I felt that she was way into her character as a female heel, female villain. And I just felt seeing her son in that aspect just did not feel right. Her titties are great. I mean, she doesn't have big boobs. She's wearing one of the biggest, strongest push-ups you can see. And that is pushing those boobies, even if they're maybe B cups, which they're probably C's. I don't know why I'm going for boobs. I mean, I like boobs. But the point here is that as an American, having a son myself, who's now 19 years old. Yes, I have a kid who's 19. As far as I know, he's my son. I hope he is. But seeing that, and the kid's maybe under 2 years, his neck jacked like that and the way she's holding him really made me very upset. It would have been better to have him in a stroller. It would have been better that Tyrus was holding the kid. It would have been better if he wasn't even in the scene. Seeing Maxwell in that position with his neck so jacked far back upset me. And seeing her titties did not change my feelings. I had to get that out. Second thing that pissed me off was, how can I describe this? Eli versus Big Damo. My problem here is that they didn't even give this big ass hairy bear, who's from, I believe, somewhere booked in Dublin, Ireland. They could have at least spotlighted the guy last week. The guy looks actually pretty good. I don't know if he's a great wrestler, if he's a great talker, or anything. But it's someone different. Of course, they got a local guy. I would have liked... They used to do this sometimes back in the old territorial days back in the United States, where they literally would give an announcement before the match, a couple of days before the match, or a week before the match, the guy you're going to be going up against. And I would love to see that come back again. Someone who's well known in the area, who they said that he's an internet superstar in a sense, that he's been known from social media, that the people in Europe love him. Why couldn't they done this last week? Where Eli, the King of the Mountain champion, supposedly was going up against someone for his title, which was Big Damo. Why the fuck couldn't they done that? That pissed me off a lot. But in general, most of the show was not too bad. It wasn't. One of the things I liked a lot was the Angle versus Rude match. I'm going to that right now. That made me feel like... How can I say this? I know the one who's not be named is someone we don't like to talk about. But let's be honest here. Chris Benoit was one of the best technical wrestlers that didn't go amateur. He went straight into professional wrestling. And to me, still, if I have to look back at some of the most current, within the last 30 to 40 years, of the best wrestlers of the 80s, and the 90s and into the 2000s, Chris is one of the best. He was. Taking away what he did. So this match made me feel like Royal Rumble 2003 for the WWE Championship. Chris Benoit versus Kurt Angle. It wasn't as good as it was, but it felt like a homage to that match. Kind of like a distant memory of it. How wrestling used to really be, even without a storyline. So I did enjoy the match a lot. The problem I had with this, and it wasn't something bad, it didn't piss me off. It wasn't that Rude spoke about Angle saying you're the be all end all. It wasn't Storm, and it definitely wasn't Davey Richards. It was seeing Angle try to promote a match between these two. Between the Wolves and Beer Money. Seeing Angle drink milk actually kind of goes full circle for him when he went into the WWE. I actually was cool with that. That was funny. I liked that. Seeing the yeah! That was funny. I liked it. But I felt that there's no build here. I felt there was no storyline here. And I understand Angle. This is the end of his run in TNA. Maybe he'll go to WWE or he will actually retire. But I just felt that the Wolves versus Beer Money without a storyline, just being prompted by Angle was not enough. Here is Discord. The music video, you could say, I actually liked. It made me see something a little different. You could say that's a little homage to Lucha Underground. I don't really watch Lucha Underground. I did see a couple of the first episodes that did come out. How different and strange feeling it was. So seeing this music video of, no, not Discord, DK, I'm sorry, I said Discord, DK, was really good. It made the Abyss, Crazy Steve, and their new partner, I don't really know her yet. She's not bad looking. She's cute-ish. But I enjoyed it. The match that came following it with Jimmy Havoc and the Abyss, I could take it or leave it. I mean, we've seen the Abyss so much, particularly Janice. I wish they would retire Janice because I'm really tired of it. I am. I'm tired of Janice. And the Abyss won, but I don't see anything really good about this unless they're really going to put Jimmy Havoc over and re-team him with the girl. That's just me. Gail Kim with Maria. I actually said her name right last week. I remember Maria. She was not too bad, not too good. That's just my perception because I didn't really see a lot of her. And the problem I had wasn't about Maria's talking. It was alright. The music that they played in the background with her was okay until they ramped the sound up too much. The lighting was appropriate. They wanted to spotlight these two women trying to make a feud. Okay. But then they ramped the music up on her way too much, and then she had to try and scream over the music, which really became annoying. But it wasn't Maria that I felt really bad about. It was Jade. I feel if Maria is going to still be in a feud with Gail Kim, I can understand they want to try and build up into it and use Jade in that respect. But if Maria's not involved, and she's going to stay with the Miracle Matt Bennett, oh, Michael Bennett. I'm sorry, I didn't mean Matt. Michael Bennett. If this is about now Gail Kim versus Jade, couldn't you have given Jade her own music? Does she still have to represent the Dollhouse? I'm being honest here. The Dollhouse is no more. I would love it to be more, but they're not doing anything with them, and they buried them because of Gail Kim, Velvet Sky, and Angelina Love. I'm not even saying anything about Madison Rayne. This was about those three women only. And I felt really bad that Jade looked good. Holding that title up, she looks good. But she does not need the Dollhouse right now. If this was about her beginning to break away from the Dollhouse, I'm fine with it. If this is a feud between Jade and Gail Kim, one pure Korean versus one mixed blood Korean, I'm all for it. And then afterwards, she breaks away from the Dollhouse. If she sticks with the Dollhouse and wins the title, it doesn't really mean anything. It's got to be a breakaway eventually. Now, Drew versus Matt Bennett. Since I haven't seen the product for the last month, I don't know exactly what happened between him and Matt Bennett. That's Drew. It was an okay match, but I wasn't into it because I don't have the backstory, unfortunately. Guido is another situation because of Feast and Fire. Now, I didn't see the episode of Feast and Fire where Eli Drake, the master of the universe. I still love saying that, and I'm going to keep saying that. But when it comes to Guido, and I understand what basically happened, that he believes that he got hosed because of Eli Drake. But here's the thing. They're really trying to make Guido something special. And to be honest, you can't make him special. It's just not going to work. He's not like an Eli when he was a face, when he first got his title run, the TNA World Heavyweight title. Even if he wasn't a great face, he wasn't a bad one either. He's not Rockstar Spud. Spud, and I'll be talking about him in a minute, he wins the crowd over. And this guy never won the crowd over 100% in British Boot Camp 2. I'm sorry, he just did not do it. So trying to build this with him just doesn't feel right. I could be wrong. You guys can tell me below. Now, here's the final thing I'm going to talk about. If I forgot anything, I'm sorry. And this is EC3 dealing with Spud and Matt Hardy. The segment in the middle of the show, you can take it or leave it when it comes to Matt. I always say that he does decent to okay promo segments, and he was alright. Good they didn't have Maxwell out there because it was upsetting me, so I can focus on Remy's boobs. So that actually helped me with their segment. I like looking at her titties, even if they're small. I don't mean to be sounding so sexist. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just going by as an average man who's watching the product, who hasn't seen it in a while or is just beginning to see it. I see a woman with nice boobs pushed up pretty far up into her neck. That's what I went by. But the person who saved that segment was Rockstar Spud. He brought everything full circle between him and EC3. He started out as a heel, he turned face, and he turned heel because not that he was a greedy, selfish bastard 100%, even though they all said he sold out. He wanted revenge on EC3. And he saw Matt Hardy getting back at him. He's getting a chance to grab some money. He's going to get two birds with one stone. He's going to get some money, and he's going to get revenge. And he sounded so good. This is the reason why Guido is nothing compared to a Rockstar Spud. Rockstar Spud knows how to manipulate the crowd, not the crowd. The crowd. He really won them over. No matter if he's a face or a heel, he knows how to manipulate the crowd, and he did a great job. Seeing the fight in that segment was okay. Then having the non-sanctioned situation was perfect. EC3 put himself over beautifully. He did. And the entire situation here is EC3 and his rage. Because when the show ended is what he put him into a Kakumi clutch. Or basically what a Samoa Joe would do. And he basically gave him a rear naked choke. I would call that the EC3 Rage, because that is the rage of EC3. Yeah, he was a bad heel, but he still won over the crowd. Then he became a face and he won it over more. Then he got his title stolen and he won them over even more. They wanted to see Rockstar Spud get annihilated, and that's exactly after he went through the tables. He got a rear naked choke and EC3 was standing tall. I actually thought this was a good show. Taking away from all the bad things, particularly Remy not even making sure her own son's neck isn't jacked back so damn far that his head's going to fall off his shoulders. It wasn't a bad show. It wasn't great. I still believe that TNA still needs a lot of work. But they put subtle things in this show that actually were better than what I've seen in Destination America. I am so hoping they improve even more, because now I really want to do this and be really proud of it. So I hope you enjoyed the Zane review. Please give me a comment below. I'm sorry the Miz review the Miz booking wrestling has been late. I've been running around a lot and I've been very tired. So I forgot to upload the video. So after this, The Miz Booking Wrestling number 3 will be released. And then I will be releasing my next video, which will be on Mark Henry. Yes, I'm done a video set on Mark Henry, the silverback of the professional wrestling. Ah! You'll see it. I hope you'll like it. Have a good day and have a good night. Peace!